in here, if you look down on the right-hand side, you can see the floor of the filter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you see there's a perforated pipe that runs back to where that valve is. So what you kind of want to do is you look in there once in a while and you look for a visual. If you look in there and you can't see that pipe and it just looks like there's black and mud and
That's what it look like right now.
What's that?
It look black.
Does it look black right now? Okay, do we got a light in here?
Yeah.
Outside.
Turn that switch on right there. There you go.
Yeah, so look, you may have to use your phone.
Phone and then open that.
So here, if you put your light in there a little bit, and you can actually see the bottom of the tank. So you start looking in there and that's just like totally black and you can't see any of that, then you're building up solids in the bottom. Okay, and what you want to do then is we want to increase the runtime on that valve. Right now it's 30 seconds. Right, you can do that. And you may find, it just depends on the nature of the plant. There's only so much we can do in terms of getting those solids to move around on the floor. It may be something that once a month or once every quarter, you gotta come over here with a hose and stir them up a little bit, go into the diagnostic mode, turn on the pump, open the valve, and wash them out a little bit. I mean, we can't.
Especially with this thing, since it's going to shut down at night and not be flow. If we cycle that 4 times on, it may wind up sucking a lot of the water out of it that was
Yeah,
in
no,
the
there's a
tank.
good chance. There's a good chance that it will
Dry itself out.
Dry itself out, and that's okay. But yeah, you're gonna find that. But yeah, you may have to rinse that out.
Occasionally rinse.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean the machine's not doing what it's meant to do, but
It's all about timing and
We
cycles.
also ain't started it up yet for the run like it should do its thing.
right. So, but keep an eye on it from a standpoint of if you come and you peek in it every day or every couple of days, you're gonna notice really quickly, like, hey, it's staying the same, or maybe I should turn that time up and make it, instead of 30 seconds, make it 40 seconds or 45 seconds, and see if you can reach a point of stability, because that's all just observation and adjustment.
An adjustment, right.
But that's really the only thing I think that you need to look at in there. One of the cool things that you can do too is you can go and put it in diagnostic mode, and then you can observe you just turn the drive on and you can observe the cloth and look for holes or tears or any fissures or any obvious defects in that, because that's always above the water line. You don't have to take the filter offline to do that. You can just pop it into diagnostic mode and turn it on and watch it, or it will go around 110%. You can always just come like it is right now, and you can just come in here. And now just touch the level control that I can see. And I can look for holes or any tears. Yep, so now you've seen 100% of that cloth, right? I just reached that level.
It's a flow switch.
Okay.
When the water get up and it hit that switch and make it come on.
So you can hear that pump pumping. If I look back in here. Yeah, so that should be. It should be.
Not even on.
Yeah. So the bottom. You see that base in the bottom?
It should be under that.
It should be under that. If you don't see that little triangle sticking out, you're starting to build water.
So when it comes to the filter itself, how do you change the filter? I know they've got a spare,
Spare cloth.
spare cloth.
Right. So we'll give you access to a video on how to do that. But the short version of that is that there's a strip of cloth that's wrapped around this drum. You can see there's bands on the edges. So the first thing you do is you cut those bands and you pull them off. They're just stainless steel ties. Let me try to make some space for you guys. So you cut those bands, and then you put it in diagnostic, and you roll it around, and you'll find a seam in the drum. And you have to kind of get that seam oriented up about here. You can break the cleaning head off just by undoing this Fernco and take that out of the way. And then with those bands cut, you can pop that door open with a small pry bar. And what you find is that that cloth wraps around the door, and it's held in there with push pin automotive fasteners. So you release the fasteners, you know, you kind of pry them, they're the Christmas tree pins, pry them out, and then the new one goes in backwards. But with the door open, it's shorter, it's a shorter path with the door open than with the door closed. So once you put it in and you wrap it around, the video shows you how to do that, you know, without it getting all tangled up. When we close the door, it tensions the cloth properly from side to side and around the drum. And you put the new zip ties on it. So for me, it's a 15-minute job. For you guys, it'll be an hour.
The first time.
Yeah, but you only do it 3 to 5 years, so you never
That's
get,
what I was
you're
gonna say,
never,
that's gonna
you're
be
never
5
gonna get
years
good at
from
it.
now, and I won't be
I got
here.
you. So
Jason
you're
better
saying
let
3 to 5 years
Jason better
before they have to do that?
Should
Be
be.
gone.
Okay.
3 to 5 months, you'll be on your own.
Yeah, that would be the expectation in this application, would be
3 to 5 years.
Especially if
3
I gotta
years,
crawl over
maybe as
this
many as
shit.
5 years. So,
All right. Is there anything else that they need to know?
I think I got it.
well, and you guys all got cards, so you can call me. I want to pass around a paper and get names and email addresses and whatever. So we can send, you know, if we got interesting things, we can send them to you. But, you know, if you have questions later on,
Give you a shout.
if you want a deeper dive into something, we try to keep this kind of discussion,
Basic and
you know, kind of, these are the tools and this is the why, but not the fine engineering philosophy behind some of this stuff. But you want to have one of those discussions, we're always around it. We like having them, but you know, they're not too pragmatic most of the time.
I gotta work, but I like to know about it.
you bet. All right. Well, thank you very much.
No.